Hey everyone, it is Mark and I am very excited for today's video. I'm about to restart something that I've been doing on and off, I would say, for a number of years, and that is trading. Now, I know a lot of people are buy and hold kind of people. I like to do that, but I also actually like the excitement of holding something for a few days, possibly a few weeks, or maybe even a few months, and making money that way. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I'm a big believer in diversifying how I make money. Case in point would be the global pandemic we had. It's really important for you to have different streams of income so that you are protected. And this is an exciting way that I enjoy doing it. I want to give you some insight onto my plans of how I'm going to move forward. Now, this is not meant to be any kind of trading advice or anything like that. Please make your own decisions. This is simply to document my journey and to let you know the methodology that I use in order to move forward with this. So that being said, there are a couple different things that I'm going to be putting in place in order to start. But first, to give you an understanding about me, like I said, I've done a lot of mainly Forex trading, but I'm excited to get involved with some stocks and stuff like that. Now, if you were to rate from 1 to 10, 1 being the person who's never done any trading before, might not know what indicators are, don't know what platforms are, that would be a 1. And a 10 would be somebody who is sort of an old hat at this and has very comfortable. And honestly, it's not just about trading, but it's about making money, right? So it's less about how long you've been doing it and more about how well you are doing within it. That being said, I would rate my level of trading experience probably not too dissimilar from what yours may be if you're watching this, or a lot of other people. I would say I'm right around a 3 or 4. I've done okay with it. I'm looking to really take it to the next level and make it an excellent source of additional income. So to do that, an indicator. Now, a lot of people know indicators as far as, giving you a picture of certain things within the trading environment that is going to let you know whether you should be buying or selling. Now, there are really 3 directions that something can go. Something, for example, like a Forex pair or a stock. It can go up, it can go down, or it can go sideways, so trending. Now, when you are doing this, it's very easy to get very emotional about it, and that's one of the things that one of the reasons I enjoy trading is because I don't really want to be emotional about it. To me, it's simply a mathematical equation. It's something that I can fix, something that I can look at, and nice and easy. At the end of the day, you are going to lose. You are hopefully going to win. And hopefully you're going to win more than you lose, i.e. make profit. So an indicator, typically what people think of as an indicator, is a lagging indicator. In other words, it's looking at the past to give you an idea of, this is what might happen, possibly. But it's not really always a good source. This is why people look at multiple indicators to get an idea. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of a different route in doing this. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to document this and let you know the good, bad, and the fugly of it, and really give you an inside view of my experience. Now, imagine, if you will, that you have a tool that doesn't look at the past. Everything is not about the past, but it's actually taking what's currently happening to give you a reliable prediction of what can happen in the future. Let's say up to 2 or 3 days into the future. How valuable would that be? Extremely valuable, right? So if you're looking past this point in the video, I'm assuming that you understand the power that is involved in that concept. So now, when you think about an indicator, it's typically looking at one, it's an equation, or it's looking at something and it's giving you an idea based on past performance of what may or may not happen. But the reality is that this is not my, parents' time. This is not my grandparents' time. Things change, things evolve. And the truth of it is that we live in a global economy. Things are interrelated. What happens all the way across the world is going to affect what's happening in my community, what's happening in the United States. It's impactful, right? So the idea of, instead of just looking at a lagging indicator, imagine a tool that you have that can actually look at what's happening to prices overseas in certain things. And it's smart enough to know, it's intelligent enough to know, it's artificially intelligent enough to know that things correlate with each other. So what happens here could have an impact over here, possibly a day or two later. It could be the same as in that this here goes up, and 2 days later it just so happens that there's a tendency for this other thing to go up a couple days after that, right? There's a correlation, and this is called intermarket analysis, right? But it's not just about things going in the same direction. Sometimes there's a reverse correlation in that something might go like this, and then there's a tendency for something that you might not even recognize as being related going like this at the same or at a different time. So what these tools are doing are they're looking at the relationship between things around the world globally and understanding that things impact other things. And some are correlating, some are reverse correlating, and putting that all together. In other words, it's much smarter than you or I. I'm sorry, it's true. It's even us combined. If we were to talk, it's much smarter. It's used to work out diagnosis for medicine, all this tremendous thing. And that is the power of artificial intelligence. So with that being said, I'm going to dive right in. Now I'm going to be using two tools to start off with. The first is going to be the actual tools that I'm describing to you. And the second is going to be the way that I am going to test it, because I'm not going to use, initially, I'm not going to use my own money, right, for a strategy that I am just employing. All right. Now, that being said, let's take a look at the tool, shall we? So what I have here is, you'll see that I have something called Vantage Point Software. It's vantagepointsoftware.com. And I want to give you a disclaimer. I did work for this company. Now, that's important to note, because I want to make sure that you understand completely out in the open where I'm coming from with this. Now, but here's the other important thing. I have to pay for this software myself. I get nothing out of this. I am not being paid anything right now to give you this information, okay? Which brings us to hopefully the logical conclusion that you'll have is there must be another reason that I am moving forward with this, why I'm paying money to do this trading. And that is because I have seen the backside of the company. I have gotten lessons on the software, and I understand the value of it. In other words, having, if you could kind of see, see how the leadership is, and see the impact of the community and the vision of the company, and you're still excited about doing it, it's a pretty solid company. And I do have met the founder, Mr. Mendelson. I have known the president, Lane, for a bit. The whole family, absolutely outstanding. They do tremendous work for the community. They do a lot. They give so much to the people that are part of the Vantage Point family. So I want to get that out of the way. I'm not getting anything out of this. This is strictly something that I'm interested in doing for my own personal self. Okay, so I can hopefully give you an interesting perspective about this. So if you're looking here at the website, what I want to point out to you is specifically the idea that if you see here, there's 87.4% proven accuracy. Proven accuracy. Now, if you think about the idea of guessing, if we say that, for example, that a stock is going to go up or down, and you had to make a guess about which direction it was going to go, you should have a 50% chance of getting that right. Now, anything you can do that's going to give you some information is going to sway that. But 87.4% accuracy is absolutely huge. If you do not understand the value of an additional almost 40% in accuracy, almost 90% accuracy, then maybe trading is not for you. Okay? I'm just going to say that. So this is huge, but I want to give you a little bit more of a look at this, at the way that I'm approaching this. So if I go to the technology section and I go to proven accuracy, and look, I can view the measurements. All right, cool. So like we said, 87.4. Now this is up to 87.4. So this is where the methodology I'm going to employ is going to be very specific, based on my experience. Now, if you look here, this is great because it's broken down into US stocks, ETFs, Canadian stocks, ETFs, futures, commodities, Forex, and crypto. And you notice that everything is actually measured separately. Now, this is really cool, right? So if you're trying to decide what it is you want to use this software for, it's giving you a pretty big hint as far as what you want to look at. So for example, here we have the US stocks and ETFs. The average accuracy rating was 78.24%. Pretty good, much higher than guessing, right? At a low of 65.9. Okay, so 66%. Okay, so that's what, 2/3? So still higher, okay? Not quite as great, but it's good. Now look, a high of 91.3%. Okay, now think about it. They're advertising that it's up to 87.4, but here they have one that's actually tracking higher. Do you think it makes sense for you to keep a pretty close eye on this one? Right now, I'm not saying that's the only one that you work with, but it gives you some perspective about it, right? And you can look down through here. You can see, you can kind of gander through. I'm not going to go through them all. You could just kind of see, and everything is measured. So this is really, really cool. I like this so much. Look, you realize that everything is not going to be 100%, right? But if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So this is a great tool to go through. Same thing with Forex. Like I said, I worked a lot with this. I'm going to probably try to stay more towards the stocks, possibly technology. And crypto, I know a lot of people are really attracted to crypto, and I'd hate to miss out on sort of a new Google that's up and coming and you kind of miss the boat, right? For me personally, I'm not going to be trading this. I'll hold it. I'll buy and hold for a long period, but I'm not going to trade it personally just because it's a little too volatile for what I want to do. I want to try to minimize my risk as much as possible in this particular instance. So this is really important. This is really cool. This lets you know in what I'm going to be working with, this particular tool set of Vantage Point software. A couple things about this real quick before I move on from this is that you can get a free demo, and they have some really awesome live training. Definitely hook that up. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. So check that out, and you can tell them that Mark sent you. They'll be surprised. Like, oh, I know him. Anyway, so that's cool. So the next thing is I want to test, and I'm going to show this real quickly because I only have a few seconds left. So Thinkorswim.com. Thinkorswim is a platform by TD Ameritrade which allows you to paper trade. In other words, it's not real money, right? Why do I want to risk my real money when I'm trying out a unique or new strategy, right? I'm going to play money. I'm going to use play money, right? So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be using both Vantage Point software and the Thinkorswim platform here to test it out for good, bad, and fugly. So, and that's it. Please be on the lookout for future videos. I'm going to show you everything, my journey along this, and I will talk to you soon.